Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to do activity 3 and activity 4, carrying on with our STOMPI. Activity 3, we're going to go do straight into the Vuma books. So where it says activity 3 on page 17, just in that block, please write today's date, the full Afrikaans date. So 3 February, instead of a Y, you have the IE. First question that we're going to do in our Vuma books. It says in column A, there are 10 sentences. 3 of those sentences, the STOMPI order, the word order, is incorrect. Okay, so we need to read through them and tick all the ones that are correct and then cross the ones that are incorrect. If we look at the first one, skaatsplankery maak my spiere sterk. Okay, so skaatsplankery, so that's my subject. Maak is my verb 1, my spiere is my object, sterk is my manner. Okay, so that is in the correct STOMPI order, so we can give it a tick. Okay, so you're going to look through all of them and find the 3 that are incorrect. Once you found those 3 that are incorrect, this part of the question says you now need to rewrite them in the correct order. Okay, to give you an example, the next one says, Shane sal 'n fietshelm altyd dra. So that order is incorrect because the word altyd always has to go with your verb. He will always wear a helmet, not he always a helmet wears. Okay, so that one's incorrect, so we need to fix it. So at the bottom, we will write the correct order. Okay, so the first one, nice and easy. Shane sal altyd 'n fietshelm dra. Okay, the next one gives you a clue there, Shane het. So you just need to find the other 2 that are incorrect. The following activity you are going to do in your Afrikaans books. Please watch this video to the end so that you can see exactly how I want you to set it out. In your Vuma books, you are just going to do your pre-planning to make sure that what you write in your Afrikaans books will be correct. Okay, so the activity says, gebruik die STOMPI reël, so use the STOMPI rule. Rangskik die woorde in hakkies in die correcte volgorde. So we need to rearrange the words in brackets in the correct order. So it's not like yesterday's activity where they're all already in the correct order. This is not in the correct order. Begin elke keer met die woord wat donker gedruk is. So each sentence has a word written in bold. So that means you need to start with that word or that part. Okay, so like this one's got more than one word, so that's the part that you have to start with. Okay, then question 4 says some of the answers or some of the words answers or some of the sentences, the answers are already started for you, like ek is there, die is there, is there, and then at the end some of them have bak, gevrak. So some of them have little clues for you. Maak dit maklik om eers die stompie te identifiseer en die woorde wat jy gaan gebruik. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now very quickly. I'll do the first 3 for you. You need to identify your stompie. So same as we did yesterday. It's a little bit less writing because you're only going to make the letters on top of the words. Okay, so if we look at the first sentence, we need to remember our questions. So the who, the when, the how, the where. So now that's how we're going to figure out if it's place, time, object, or manner, or anything like that. So the first one says a jaar gelede, which means a year ago. So when you ask yourself the questions, who did it a year ago, it doesn't make sense. You go to the next one. When did something happen? A year ago. So now we know that that is my time. Gekoop. We know that koop is a verb. We know that ge usually is used in the past tense. Okay, so that moves to verb 2. Ek, it's I or me. So I did something. So that is my subject. Het, so het, remember, always takes the place of your normal verb. So that has to go to verb 1. In goudvisie is a goldfish. So if you can ask yourself who or what, we already have a subject of the sentence. So this will be my object. Okay, so that means in this sentence we have time, we have verb 2, we have subject, verb 1, and object. That is obviously not in the correct order. So if we use our letters and we put it into the correct order, it says we have to start with the bold one, so that's my subject. Verb 1 is always second. Then we have time. Then we have our object. And then we have our verb 2. Okay, this is all you need to write in your Vuma book. It's basically just to plan and to prep. If you would like to write your sentences in pencil or something in these books to make sure, in this book to make sure that it's right before you write it in your Afrikaans book, that's perfectly fine. Okay, if we look at our next one, we have in a ronde bak as our first one there. So in a round bowl. So if you say who or what, the answer won't be in a round bowl. If you say when, can't be in a round bowl. If you say how, won't be in a round bowl. But if you say where, which is your place, you can say in a round bowl. Okay, bly means stay or lives. So that is my verb 1. That is my doing word. And die goudvissies is my subject. So it says the goldfish stay in a round bowl. Okay, and as you can see, it's got place, verb 1, subject, which is not the correct order. So if you put it into the correct order, subject, verb 1, and place. So this is the activity that you're going to do in your books. Okay, so it's activity 4. So in your Vuma books, you're just going to do your little pre-planning to make sure you've got everything in the correct order. Then in your Afrikaans books, your first page should be your cover page. So on the next page, you write today's date, the full Afrikaans date, the full heading, as I have it over here, boys and girls. Okay, you need to give me the exact heading, otherwise I'm going to make you write out the whole question. When you write out your sentence, please get into the habit of bracketing your STOMPI when we're doing exercises like this. Okay, it's going to help you a lot when you do your writing exercises. Because you're doing sentences, you need to leave lines open after each one. Once you are done with the last one, which I think is number 10, you leave a line open, you rule off, and then you submit it to your teacher. Thank you very much.